first thing you're going to want to do is enable the root user account on your computer if that hasn't already been done. We're just going to walk through this process together. We're going to use the GUI method, so we're not going to do command line. Let's go over here into System Preferences, Users and Groups. Go ahead and type your administrator password. All right, and from here we're going to go into Login Options, Join Account Server, Open Directory Utility. All right, once again your password, and then we're going to go into the Edit here, and we're going to enable root user. If it's already enabled, you can change the password, or if you know the password, just leave it as is. Okay, I'm going to close that lock, and we're good. All right, now we're going to stay in System Preferences, and we're going to create the account that we want to hide. Okay, and you can hit the little plus. Make sure that lock is open, otherwise you won't be able to create it. You can make it an admin account. And for my purposes here, I'm just going to name the account TCD. Account name can remain the same. All right, this may look a little different for you. I'm running an older operating system on this remote machine. So yeah, it's Yosemite, it's pretty outdated. So your create user account might look a little different, but all the other steps are going to be the same. Okay, and we're going to create the user. Okay, there we go. Going to close that lock, close this, and at this point we're going to log into this account. You can do it for the shortcuts if you have them enabled. If not, you'll have to log out of the account that you're currently in and log into it. But since I have that, I can do this. All right. And I'm just going to skip past all this iCloud information for now. Okay, now that we're in, I'm going to go ahead and create a folder, just a test folder, just so that we know that the changes that we're creating and the things that we're making happen is actually happening. Okay, so I'm just going to call this a test folder. Okay. All right, now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and log out of this account. And I do not want Windows reopening when we log back in. Okay, so something to be aware of. One of the things that makes an account hidden, obviously, is to not see it here. Clearly it's here, so it's not hidden yet. This is kind of the process that we're going to get into right now. So let's go back into one of our admin accounts. Okay, looks good. Let's open up System Preferences. All right, and just make sure that that account is there. All right, there it is, TCD, it's an admin. Let's open up a Finder window. Okay, I don't have it here in my favorites. Let me actually go to Finder, Preferences, show external hard disks. That's what we want to see. So open up the Macintosh HD and go to Users, and you'll see that the TCD account is also listed here. So we're going to have to hide it in two places. We don't want to see it here. We want to move this folder to another location. That's the home folder. And we also want to make sure that it's not on this list or on the login window. All right, let's close this out. And what we're going to do now is move the home directory. All right, so we'll open up a terminal window. Okay, and what we're going to do now is change to the root user. So by typing sudo -i. Okay, and we're going to type in the password now. And now we're root. Okay. so let's kind of talk about what we're actually doing here. Let's open up Macintosh HD. We'll go to users. Okay, so this is the TCD folder. We need to move this TCD folder to another location so that it's not visible to anyone. And we're going to place it in the hidden directory of var. Okay, so we're going to do mv, which means move, /users /tcd space /var /tcd. So essentially what this means is we're moving this user folder, users tcd, to another location. And that once we hit return, we should see that this folder disappear from here and reappear in the var location. All right, let's hit return. And just like that, it disappeared. Okay, now let's verify it's actually in the var folder. So we're going to go from the Finder. We're going to go to folder, and we're going to type /var. And if you scroll down this list alphabetically, you should see TCD. Excellent, it's here. All right, now that we know that the folder's in that location, we want to change the home folder directory so that the operating system knows where to go when we're logging into that account. All right, so what you're going to do is open up System Preferences if you haven't already had it open. All right, and you're going to go back into Users and Groups, and let's click the little lock to make changes. And we're going to right-click on TCD, and we're going to go to Advanced Options. All right, and we're going to change the home directory here. We're going to make it /var /tcd, because that's the place where we just placed it. All right, and we're going to hit OK. All right, so now the computer knows that that is the directory. Let's just make sure that we can still log into this account. Let's go back into the TCD account. And remember, you can do it either by logging out from this account or by switching to it from the quick switch window. All right. And there we go. So we know we're in the account. We know this is the actual account because that test folder is there. So we know that nothing funky happened with the way the directories were created. All right, let's go ahead and log back out. Okay, and now what we're going to do is make sure that the TCD isn't visible here, and then we'll kind of go over the process of how we're going to log in together. That's going to be through this other window here. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back into Terminal. And we are going to type dscl space create /users /tcd is hidden /1. Now, something to be aware of, it might be a little weird that we're typing in /users /tcd instead of /var. So for this to work, you have to use the users folder directory. All right, so you're going to do is hidden /1 and hit return. All right, so now that means that the account is hidden. Okay, so it's still here, but let's refresh System Preferences by quitting it. And let's relaunch it again. All right, and there you go, no longer on that list, so the account is not visible. Let us go into the login window and see if it's there. Gone. Okay, so we're not seeing it in any of these locations. Let's just double check and make sure that it refreshed on the quick switch window. If If not, you might have to restart. Sometimes it might not refresh here immediately, so you might have to restart the computer, but I didn't have to, luckily, and you can see that it's not on this list either. So let's figure out how we're actually going to log into this account now. So what you're going to do is go to Login Window, Other, and then type in the user account name, which is TCD, and the password as usual, and we're going to log in. All right, and just like that, you now have an account that is hidden from the kind of naked eye. I mean, if somebody is tech savvy enough, they'll be able to find it, or if they have a reason to find it, they might go look for it. But to the average user, this isn't going to be something that's evident. One last thing you might want to do before kind of calling it quits is just restart the computer to make sure that any plist files or any caches get refreshed with the new data and the new directories. Other than that, you're all set. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.